Hello, we are live. If you can hear me loud and clear, type loud and clear in the chat box. We're just testing a new audio today. Let me see whether it works. Hello. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Okay. Testing. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Let's see. Hello, everyone. Hello. Can you hear me? If you can hear me, type loud and clear in the chat box. If you can hear me loud and clear. Right. We are back. Okay. And just give me a moment. Hello. How is it going, everyone? We are live. Hello. Great, we are back. Right, a little bit of technical issue, but it's not issue. Problems are everywhere. It's just, we just need to resolve this. Hello, good evening, everyone. This is Eunice Tan coming live from Singapore. Right, how is it going, everyone? Where are you watching this from? Are you watching this from Singapore or overseas? If you're watching this from overseas, which country are you watching from? What's the time zone? What are you doing there? What's going on at your country now? Are you still do you have any lockdown over your side, or things have gone back to normal? Right. My name is Eunice. I'm an entrepreneur, speaker, and trainer. Welcome out to our Facebook page and YouTube channel on Daily People Skills. Right. So if you're watching this from Singapore, let us know, are you watching this from home or are you still at your workplace? Are you working from home or have you gone back to your workplace? Or have you had your dinner, or you watching this and have your dinner at the same time? Right. So once again, welcome to our weekly Facebook live sessions where we share our experiences when dealing with people and the mistakes we make, and of course, many of the hot tips and solutions we use in our daily lives. Now, many people think that people skills is just about EQ, communication skills, and leadership skills. But people skills actually go much, much beyond that. At the bottom line, it is about who you really, really are. Because before you can manage anyone, you must first manage yourself. It is also one skill that will never be replaced by technology and artificial intelligence. More about that later. For now, let's jump right into today's topic. Now, today's topic is a little bit special from the usual. So a few days ago, I came across this report on an amazing 9-year-old whose invention was accepted by NASA because this boy has solved a huge problem for the astronauts. Now, after reading this report, right, this little boy humbled me so much, and there's so much to learn from him. And so in this session, I'm going to share with you the 5 major lessons this little boy has taught me, even from miles away. So whether are you an employee or an employer, these 5 lessons will make you or your business stand out from the crowd. So let's get started for today, right? I like to start my session on time. Right, let me share my screen first. Just a moment. Let me share my screen. Can you see this? Great. Okay. Right. So we're going to touch on 5 major lessons that you can learn from this 9-year-old prodigy. Okay. Right. Let's see. A little background first. NASA has always had the problems of how to let the astronaut answer nature's call without taking off their spacesuit. I bet you never thought about that, right? How the astronauts go to toilets, right? So NASA organized this competition called Lunar Loo Challenge in preparation for returning the astronauts to the moon in 2024. Now, nearly 900 submissions from 85 countries were submitted, right? And the winner goes to, drum roll please, 9-year-old Zaisen Kang Zishun from Malaysia, right? So I hope I pronounce your name correctly, Zaisen, right? So proud of you, right? So this is the amazing and adorable champion boy. Isn't he adorable? Now let's take a few more. I have a few more pictures of him. So let's take a look. This is him with his invention. And after reading the report about him and his journey, I'm totally blown away by this young boy, right? This is him. Can you see his invention, right? The drawing and all, right? It's still quite kiddish, so-called kiddish, isn't it? But you know what? This so-called kiddish project is the winning prize, is the first prize that NASA is going to adopt this as the solution for the astronaut. Now, he is such an inspiration that I have decided to dedicate this week's session to him. There's so much that you can learn from this young chap. Today, I'm just going to share the 5 major lessons that I learned from him. Now, first up, obviously, don't let age stop you. He's only 9. Very often we might be thinking, I'm too young for this position or this task, or maybe you are a fresh grad, and even if you have been working for a while and you are working hard for the next promotion, and you are only in your early 30s, and no one under 40 has occupied that particular position before. Meaning if you get that promotion, you will be the youngest manager or director or even C-suite level. And you wonder, is that possible? Now think about it. Our champion won in the junior under 11 category. Why did NASA have a junior category for such a serious matter? Maybe because precisely NASA wanted a different perspective. Maybe they know that children have a great imagination and are not limited or have been affected by the people around them. By the same token, you could bring a breath of fresh air to the scene. And that's what many businesses need these days. Because you cannot stay in the past for too long, no matter how great it was, especially when things are moving so fast these days. And notice I also include experience under this point as well. This is because I notice that sometimes being young is not just in age, but in experience as well. Some of you are saying to yourself, I don't have the experience, and you stop in your track. Can I remind you that nobody is born with any experience of any sort? Experience comes from learning, and learning comes from taking actions. If you don't take actions, you won't gain any experience. So don't let your age or experience stop you from going after what you want, be it the promotion or that deal you have been wanting to go after. And that brings me to my next point, which is, I guess some of you can guess it, take actions. Right, this competition is open to under 11 worldwide. This boy could have not taken part, right? He could have said, who am I? I'm just a little boy from Selangor. But he didn't. But what about you and me? How many times have we thought something was a great idea but got cold feet and did not proceed? Only to discover someone else has a similar idea and took action and made something out of it. In my work, I've seen so often that 2 persons or businesses with similar competency, and the difference between the two is that one took action and go for what he wants, whereas the other one stayed put at where he was. So you can guess it, the results are tremendously poles apart. Have you seen this happening in your life? Which one are you, the action taker or the action avoider? Now, for example, is there a country you want to visit but you have been putting off until this year? Well, you can't travel now, can you? Now think about it. We are now coming to the end of 2020. In fact, we are about 52 days to 2021. Where did the time go? So what is it that you have been planning and planning and planning but never take action? If this pandemic has taught us anything, it's really don't spend too much time waiting and thinking. Yes, plan all you want, but at some point, it's time to take action. So stop waiting, start taking action. Right, let's move on to lesson number 3, problem solver. Our champion boy is definitely a problem solver. Going to toilet in space has always been a long-standing dilemma for astronauts. And so what he did is that he not only solved the problem on the superficial level, or the immediate problem, he actually went further than that. In fact, during one interview, our champion boy said this: "My design revolves around convenience." That's right. So the underlying problem is actually convenience. It's not just going to toilet, right? Now, not only that, he is a problem solver not only in this aspect. He's not the first time doing this, right? Last year, he designed a solar charging station that could charge a space vehicle, eliminating the need to install a big battery. Now, he wants to solve another problem as well. Stay to the end of this talk and I will reveal what is it going to be, right? So you got to ask yourself, what problems are you solving at work or in your business? Or what problem is your business solving? Rather, what is the root problem that you are solving? What you are acting on is just the thing itself. So what you need to realize that solving a problem goes much deeper than the superficial. You cannot just do what is just being instructed. You need to go look at the bigger picture. So for example, for admin, right? Say, for example, you are doing admin. You are not just doing admin. You are actually solving someone's headache or time. Right? So don't look at just doing paperwork. It's not that you are doing more than that. Now, another example is that you could be doing project management, but it's not just project management, getting things done, checking the list, complete the checklist, things like that. No, you are actually, the problem that you are solving is actually peace of mind. You are giving people peace of mind that things will get done, things will be completed at the when the time comes, before the due date. So don't just have the mentality to do as you are told, but attempt to understand the overall picture and see where you fit into it. All of us are like pieces of jigsaw puzzle in an organization. We need to know where we fit into the organization and what does the organization need from us. Right? Let's move on to lesson number 4. All right, keep improving mindset. Right, he has a mindset, right, that is keep improving. Now, his design, right, he is an improvement from previous version. Now, it's actually an upgraded version of the spacesuits used by astronauts on the Apollo moon mission in 1969. During an interview, his teacher talked about Zyson's journey. So he was saying that they started to try out the model, adding a container, a tube, and other fittings to make it function. And he then fitted it to the shoes and pants to make it possible to pump without using hands. And Zyson's inventions did not happen overnight. He toyed on his design endlessly for months, solving the challenge involved, dissecting the problems and coming up with solutions. This is what I really love about him, right? Dissecting the problem, really break it down to pieces and see where you have gone wrong, where you can improve, what is right. There were many trials and errors and learning curves. And the teacher said that did this, right? But I'm glad that his perseverance and continuous learning enabled him to stand out in an international platform and show the world his talent. That's really perseverance, right? I have another video talking about perseverance, so go and watch that, right? Now, you need to go beyond the current requirement. A keep improving mindset is you need to go beyond the current requirement. To the extent, right, his invention can also be used by doctors and nurses. Yes, that's right. Not only the astronauts, right? Astronauts is just a minority. How many astronauts are there? But not only that, his invention can go beyond that and used in the mainstream by doctors and nurses if need to. Because apparently, in during this pandemic, especially, sometimes if they can't really, they don't even have time to go to the toilet, and they can actually used by the doctors and nurses. Now, if you don't keep improving, you are just going to be left behind. Now, if you don't keep improving, one or two things will happen. You either get complacent or you fall into your comfort zone. And you will find yourself extremely hard to keep up with the changing world. If you don't keep improving, you might feel threatened easily, threatened by the younger co-workers, the newer technologies, the faster pace of changes. Which brings me to my next point, right? Lesson number 5 is about competence. Now, Zaisan's experience his result is actually not a fluke, right? He's not a one-time wonder or one-time lucky. He's not a lucky boy like what many people have said. Now, he has other inventions. The boy has participated in many science fairs, made a solar system model in 2016 when he was just 5. Oh my goodness. Last year, he designed a solar charging station that could charge a space vehicle, eliminating the need to install a big battery. He's only 8, right? So what were you doing at the age of 8? I know I was just probably playing around at the playground, right? So he has been working on inventions for at least 4 years, and he has been improving his skills ever since. Now, many adults attempted to weaken at work or in business. In the short run, you may be able to charm others with talking, a well-polished presentation. We all know somebody like that, right? That, they really can speak really, really well, and, they get away with things, even though they are not prepared, even though they don't have the substance, we call it. But, these kind of people, they can only do it one-off, occasionally, or, to someone whom they just met. But in the long run, you cannot run away from your competence level. You need to know what you are talking about, what you are doing, and learn how to present better. For those who have the competence but have been sidetracked, just because someone else can talk better than you, someone who can present better than you, don't worry, that person won't last long. There's a Chinese saying, right? 真金不怕火炼. If I translate it directly and literally, it means that the real gold will not be afraid of the testing of fire. The pure gold is simply too tough to melt with an ordinary fire. Pure gold has a melting point of 1,945 degrees Fahrenheit. Now, impure gold can be melted at lower temperatures. That is why fire is the best way to purify gold. After going through the testing of fire, all the impurities will be gone, and you are left with 24 karat gold, the most valuable grade. By the same token, someone who has a high level of competence skills will be able to withstand the casting of fire. He or she will not have a meltdown under the heat of fire. We all do. We all go through challenges, obstacles, right? But someone with a high level of competence skills will not have meltdown. They will be able to handle the tests. Whereas someone who tried to wing it, right, they will crumble at the slightest heat. And more often than not, they will try to run away. They give excuses, they justify their works, and they just blame everybody else. So don't be afraid of the testings, so long you keep improving on your competence level. So these are the 5 major lessons. Now, if you have been following me for a while, I always have a bonus stuck somewhere for those who stay till the end. So here's the bonus lesson, right? The bonus lessons, I call it, is to be childlike curiosity and have a can-do spirit. I'm not talking about childlike as in I'm talking about childlike, not childish. Now, besides his passion for space, this adorable boy from Selangor aspired to be a geneticist when he grows up. I can't even say that word, right? A geneticist is a scientist who studies genes, including how they are inherited, mutated, activated, or inactivated. They often study the role that genes play in disease and health, right? And he is also a die-hard fan of the Jurassic Park franchise. And so he is particularly interested in the idea of bringing back extinct species through paleogenetics, right? I have to speak slower to get the word correctly. Now, what about you? Have you lost the childlike curiosity? Do you still have the can-do spirit? Have you been so dejected that you are always thinking of why you cannot make it rather than thinking how to make it happen? If that's the case, one easiest way is to spend more time with children, even toddlers. See how they just keep moving towards what they want and have that spirit rub off on you. Just watch how a toddler, crawling or learning how to walk. You see, they never give up. They just keep going and keep going. And one day they just start walking, right? Maybe the first time around they will fall, but then after that they get up and they take another step. First day they might take half a step. Second day they take one step. And third day they might take 1.25 step. Or maybe they won't even stand properly, right? But regardless, they just keep going and going. And one day they start walking, right? No babies, when they were first born, right? No baby know how to walk. They learn how to walk. By the same token, right? Have the same spirit that, it's just whatever we do, it's just always remember, it's just we learn how to walk. We may fall, but we just get up and learn to walk again, right? So here you go, the 5 major lessons to learn from the 9-year-old Prodigy plus the bonus lessons. What other lessons do you learn from him? Let us know in the comments box. You can actually Google his story. It's just really, really amazing. Just that I don't want to spend too much time going into details, but you can just go and read his article, all the reports about him. It will blow your mind away. Right, that's all I have for today. Do you have a burning question when it comes to people, whether it's dealing with others or yourself? Let us know in the comments box, or you can drop us a private message. We will answer to the best that we can. And many people have asked me, why am I speaking and doing training on the topic of people skills, right? It's because people skills is a very practical and important skill set. I would say it's a life-saving skill set. I know many of you are concerned about being replaced by technology and artificial intelligence. I totally believe that people skills is one skill set that will never be replaced by technology and AI. You can learn about coding, cybersecurity, or whatever competent skills for your occupation. But these are technical skills that will get obsolete at some point, and you will have to keep improving yourself in this area. Yes, they are important. I'm not knocking them down. But behind every hardware, software, non-living thing, there is a human being. This is what keeps me going, because I know behind every camera, there is one person watching, learning, needing this message. It doesn't matter what business or what industry are you in, you are always dealing with people. Furthermore, let's face it, we are all social animals. We crave for the company of other people, and this pandemic has shown us more so than ever. With all this safe distancing, not able to gather with your family and friends, it has shown us that even with the best technology, it cannot replace the company of each other. So you might as well start learning how to deal with people, and the first person to start with is with yourself. So hit the like and share button, subscribe and follow us in this journey of improving yourself, right? See you in our next video. Bye.